Hey, you're listening to Wombo podcast. I'm Chip Monk. With me as always, the Mr. Gimpy.
The energy level just shot up, man. What's up,
Yeah,
brother?
man, gotta keep it high, dude.
Gotta
Keep
get
it tight and right.
Get it going. How was your holiday weekend last
fast and
week, man?
loose.
Were you have a good
It was
time with
chill.
U.S. Thanksgiving and all that?
Yeah, but my family always hits me up like last minute for stuff. So my bro hit me up like the day of Thanksgiving. He's like, "Yo, man, you trying to come over and get a plate? We can bring you a plate. Like, what's up?" And I was like, I saw he was calling, so I was like, "Oh, this is kind of weird." I thought maybe it was an emergency. I'm already like elbows deep in some hot wings. I'm like, I mean hot wings. He's like, "What, right now?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude." He's like, "How many?" I'm like, "All of them, dude." I'm like elbows deep. He's like, "Well, do you want me to still bring you like some food?" I'm like, "I'm good, man. Thank you though so much." Because like after these hot wings, I'm just gonna like be laid out, dude. So yeah, that was my turkey day here. How about you, man? Did you get up to some family stuff, some chicanery?
Yeah. So my sister just got her first home, so she wanted to host Thanksgiving. So the others, like her boyfriend's side of the family, it was mostly them. Our side's pretty small. So as myself, my wife, my two kids, my mom, my dad, and my grandma showed up. And then for his side, there was like 20 people. So,
going deep, dude.
It was a big Thanksgiving.
Powers and numbers, dude. They're there to overwhelm you guys.
Everything was delicious, man. There were
nice.
4 turkeys, 2 baked in the oven, two deep fried outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so the deep fried turkey was like they were both good, but the deep fried one was amazing. And then just like we brought some pecan pies and
my favorite, dude.
Oh yeah, it was amazing. So and everyone else kind of brought food in, but it was chef's kiss, dude. It was amazing. Like everyone always eats too much on Thanksgiving, but my sister had to-go boxes, and she's like, "Yeah, just grab as many as you want." So we loaded it up. So even with the to-go boxes, for like 3 days later, I was eating way too much.
Yeah, man.
Because
that's why I didn't ask for leftovers. I was like, "Nah, man, I'm good. Like I already got my food planned out. Like this is just mess me up. I'll have to start throwing away other stuff. Like this is."
Exactly.
But
I mean, when you have like nearly 30 people at your house, right? Like those leftovers, like no way in hell you're gonna eat all that. So
no,
I know the day after, like she had more people over just to eat the leftovers, just to to do it. But
so come on by.
Yeah, man, it was a good time. I gave her my old TV. We upgraded her TV last year, and I gave her my old one. And she was in an apartment, and she just kind of was holding on to it for a while. And that old TV was wall mounted in their house, in their living room, and we were watching college basketball on it and the Cowboys game. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, damn, this was a nice TV. I'm like impressed at my old purchase, right? like nice.
Yeah, TVs sold up, dude. It's hard to part with them too, because you're like, oh, maybe I need an additional.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I parted with that one is because it didn't support 4K 120 hertz. That's the only reason. Like everything else was
stuff
perfect on it. So, but
I guess like HDMI is like kind of locked down.
Well, HDMI. We could do a whole pod on the shittiness of the HDMI
display
conglomerate that runs the standard and how shitty they are.
Dude.
But we
gold-plated 40K.
But just know everyone who listens to this pod or watches our beautiful faces, if you can. DisplayPort does the same thing as HDMI, except it's open. Yeah. Use DisplayPort whenever you can. Screw HDMI.
Jump to the high seas, dude.
All right. But yeah, man. To say that Thanksgiving was fantastic.
Black Friday deals or anything like that?
Yeah. As I said on the previous pod, man, I bought most of the games that I wanted for the year.
Yeah.
Like Battlefield 6 was like my big one. Ninja Gaiden 4 is my big one. Both games fantastic. Already bought them, right? So when I looked through the Steam sale, it was really just to kind of pad my inventory and then just to kind of get a jump on stuff that I will probably buy eventually, but just get it on sale, right? So I just bought 2 games. Easy Delivery Company, which is like a indie game where it's PS1 style graphics, where you're a cat delivering goods to stores, and the town is like it's a very it's like a mystery, like a real quirky mystery, like a David Lynch kind of Twin Peaks-ish kind of story as you're delivering goods. So far that's been really good. I've been playing that on the Steam Deck mostly. And then I bought Assetto Corsa Rally. As I said on the pod prior, I got really deep into EA WRC over the summer. That game is amazing. I turns out I love rally racing, right? So who knew? And Assetto Corsa has just such amazing community support, such amazing mod support, where the OG game is still supported and played like a decade later. And, there's still mods and stuff, and people are still kicking. There's always people online. It's absolutely incredible. The WRC license, EA no longer holds it, and the EA WRC game is no longer being updated. So as I was enjoying that game,
using the wheel with it, man?
Yeah, using the wheel. Yep.
I'm just asking for the fans. They know for the long time listeners, dude.
Yep.
Like, what about the racing wheel?
Yep. Definitely using the racing wheel for it.
Falling off shit. What are you even there?
Yep. And I was like VR was kind of just like quickly implemented into that, just kind of like, but not as great.
Afterthought.
Yeah, it definitely feels like an afterthought. But Assetto Corsa, all of their games like have had VR, and this one is slated to have VR soon. So I feel like I'm jumping in on the ground floor. And with that series having incredible mod support, I'm very confident that it'll continue. But that's what I'm most likely going to be just hammering out pretty soon here.
Nice.
Yeah, man. But then the other thing I got from Black Friday was just stuff around the house, right? Like a new washer,
Dang.
Let's see what else. Just some stuff outside, some storage options and stuff. Like the kids have bikes that need to go somewhere, so I had to buy like a giant storage bin to store that and some summer stuff.
But it's hard to find like any good like deals anymore, dude. It feels like everything's
it's very
crazy.
True. Yeah. The like Black Friday this year, I feel like the potential sales or sales that I've seen personally were really, because I'm always like electronics, right, or like appliances, something like that, right?
And dual busters, dude.
Yeah,
like you get a 5-cent toaster.
Like you could feel like the tariff squeeze this year. I feel like yes, there were deals, but there have been better deals in the past, right? So, but it is what it is. But as far as like the gaming front, man, just 2 games. I think I'll pick up a couple of games during the winter sale because I was perusing through the Steam store after a while and just like, oh, okay, these are some games that I'll pick up. Oh, you know what? I did pick up Alien Rogue Incursion as well, the VR Aliens game. Forgot about that, but yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, ended up getting a couple of assets off the Unity Asset Store. You don't speak about terror, dude. I got a bunch of stuff from AliExpress.
Yeah,
they still have like really crazy Black Friday deals. Like, it's insane, dude. I probably spent about like $200 buying stuff there. It was like you saved like over $1,000. So yeah, dude, there's some crazy deals. Let me see. I'll pull up some of the more interesting stuff for the people who actually maybe will care about this stuff. I got Anibic RG35XXH, the handheld gaming console. It's running Linux.
Yep.
Picked up one of those for like $50. I got a R36S retro handheld. It's also running Linux. It's like the cheaper $20 version. So that felt pretty good about that. It's a 128 gigabit version. And I bought a bunch of just electronics. So like Arduino parts and stuff.
Okay.
Which led me into like all this. I bought like shelves because my bro was like, man, you need shelves. And you don't really think about this as a single guy because I just have like stacks of like electronics and paints around my place.
Dude, I understand it, man. I understand it. Like if I didn't have my wife, I'd be the same way. I'd be like, it's fine.
At one point, I was looking at like buying like a new like keyboard, like playing keyboard for music. And I was looking, I was like, man, this one's like $500 though. I was like, and I already have a keyboard. I looked down, it's the same keyboard I was looking at, dude. I was like, I already own this thing. And I thought about buying it again, dude. Instead of just like, it is what it is. It's a great keyboard. So yeah, I bought all these Arduino parts and electronic parts. I ordered a soldering kit because I was talking to you and you inspired me. You're like, I'm trying to teach my kid to solder and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I used to do some electronic stuff and it felt like turning it all back into game dev. It feels like the next level up is like interactive, like making your own controllers. Like, because we grew up at a time where like everyone had like wacky ideas for controllers. Like, oh, this one's like a paddleboard. This one's like motion controls. This one's like So I was like, yeah, I can make my own wacky controllers. And I also wanted to like kind of recreate like the Sega bass fishing reel.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Are there plans online for that already? Like where you can kind of tinker and build, or you're just gonna go for it?
Like I figured like you just need like a rotary encoder hooked up to a Bluetooth Arduino.
Sure.
That's my thinking. I don't know. I'm foolishly naive about this, which I think gives me hopeless optimism. Like where I'm just like, this will be easy, barely an inconvenience. Just throw some stuff together from AliExpress. It'll take me a weekend.
Yeah,
I'm sure at most.
6 months later, you're pulling your hair out, and
there's plenty of stuff about like making like your own controllers and Arduinos for like building like Bluetooth controllers that'll hook up like any other type of like a Nintendo or Xbox situation where it's like, make a weird clone of like a actual controller that already exists. So I'm just thinking if I just like adapt a rotary encoder, I think the hardest part is going to be talking to the software. But if only I knew some game devs. Oh wait, that's me, dude.
right. What you could do is, since everything supports the like X input, just make all of those things go X input.
Yeah, I can even like make it like almost like a. There's several different ways to do it. X input, it could be like a analog stick or like a.
Yeah. I was gonna say for like general compatibility, where you don't have to worry about it, just do X input.
Yeah. So I was looking at like Godot again. I think I told you about this. Maybe not on the pod.
It was outside,
all roads kind of are leading back to Godot for me because those can build directly for Linux 64, and like those are running locally natively on those like Linux handhelds that I bought.
Yes.
So it's like you just use Portmaster and like you're like up and running with like 2 buttons. And I was like, dang, I can make my own games for the handheld. And there's something fun about that as well. I like the idea of that. Even though I don't really use the handheld, I don't really use my phone even, but I like the idea of it. So for like $20, dude, like it's infinite upside. I'm like, this one's 20, this one's 50. This is inspiring. How much does inspiration cost? It's about $70. So if you want to know.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I got some like C23 Arduino boards, bunch of bits and bobs like for like buttons, encoders, some modules. No thing. I was just gonna go buy a Pi 02 as well at some point. I want to make like a Pi hole for the place, like because I showed you I was working on
I might have one lying around. I'll look. I'll look this afternoon, and I'll shoot you a message if I can find it. Because I used to use one, and it just became too much of a hassle to maintain it for me. Just because kids wanted to do stuff, and the Pi hole's blocking it. I'm like, okay, I need to actually.
That's what I'm worried about too, dude. Like, it might become a bit of a hassle.
Yeah. Mine was using a Pi Raspberry Pi 2 because when I upgraded my retro box to a Pi 3, I took the Pi 2 and just made a Pi hole with it. But I'll look in my storage room and see if I can find it. I might have given it away already, but for just tinkering. But I don't remember. So I
want to say I've given my bro like 4 or 5 different Pis. Like
I was like maybe I gave it to him, but there's also another person that I would have given something like that to. So if I don't find it, I'll call him and see if I gave it to him. But
they have them at no, this isn't a plug or anything. They have them at the local store for like $15 still.
So the Pi Zero.
Yeah.
Okay. At Micro Center or
So I didn't want to say, dude, they shall not be named, dude. So pay us money, dude. This was my other problem, dude, because like you used to be able to get cheap individual electronic parts in America, local. There used to be like Radio Shack, Circuit Cities. Even Best Buy used to have like stuff
where you could like go and be like,
I need some resistors. I need some like capacitors.
Yep.
Micro Center kind of does that, but it's like the only place that I can think of. But they used to be like everywhere, dude. And it wasn't like gouging you like price. Like even like I was looking at if we're just name dropping like Amazon, like they're just like upcharging like the same stuff you can buy from other places where it's like, oh, you want like 50 resistors? They'll be like $10. I'm like, man, come on, dude. Right. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah, it's insane. But yeah, that's awesome. We're going into the kind of tinker space. I'd be really interested to see what you create.
There's a cool dude who made this thing.
If you need anything like 3D printed too, man, just shoot me some plans.
I might, dude. I will. Maybe I'll send this to you after the pod, and like we can post in the links. This is a guy who made a whole like security monitoring system, and it's like running a Unity game in the background, and like you have to hit like different things. Like he has a keypad, and it like opens up a door for him. He
That's
like
pretty
hits
awesome.
switches, and it is really. I was like saw that. I was like, I'm gonna steal that whole thing. Dude, I want to
For a
make that.
bit, I was using a fingerprint reader for my key into my house.
Yeah,
Using
yeah,
a Pi Zero, but the problem is we live in a cold climate. So when it was
yeah.
super cold, it wouldn't scan my fingerprint. So at one
Not
point, I was
funny,
locked out
dude.
of my house. I was like, damn it.
Like breathing hot air onto it. Like,
There's like there are ways around that, but after that experience, I don't think I'm gonna try that again. Maybe for like
yeah.
indoor stuff, but what am I gonna lock around here? You know what I mean?
It's one of the things I think a lot of people don't really think about. Maybe because we live in such an extreme weather climate. I always look at like the grading for electronics, like, oh, does this function?
See,
Like,
I just was like, oh, this will be cool. I didn't think of
yeah,
anything,
it'll
and I
work.
put it in the summer, right? So I'm like, in all summer, I'm just like, beep, and getting in my house, like, this is awesome. And then
I had
one
a friend who had
fateful
like
day,
a iPod, and they're going up north, and she was like, "Oh yeah, anything I should know?" I was like, "Bring all your electronics indoors. Don't leave them out in your car, otherwise they'll break." And she's like, "Oh no, that's fine."
I mean, the
And she's
iPod
like,
though, that thing will last. That thing lasts.
"Yeah, it broke, dude."
No
She's like, "Yeah,
way,
it break,
dude.
dude. Yeah."
I've seen
This is
one of
like out
those
in
last
Fargo,
getting
dude.
run over by a car, dude. There's no
No,
way.
it just takes like a nice negative like 30 frost chiller in a
Sure.
refrigerated car, dude. It was done, dude.
Okay.
She's like, "Dang, I should have known." Oh, maybe it was the battery, maybe it was like a connect, whatever, dude. It just died.
Just crappy solder that
Yeah,
just like try to right. Like
it
I was
does-
gonna
no,
say
it's-
like if it was an actual iPod, man, those things I've seen one just get
Yeah.
dropped into a full bathtub, pulled
Yeah.
out, and just be just fine. Like
was
those
fine.
things are tanks.
Yeah, man.
This is back when
Yeah,
Apple
so-
actually made products that were that had decent
Worth
shelf
the
life.
price, dude.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No, they were never worth their price. Let's be honest.
I
Let's
don't
not
know
go
if
too
you built
crazy.
like a
But
tank, dude, that's like lasted like over 20 years, dude. It's probably worth like the 199 or whatever it was at launch, dude.
yeah, I can't even remember. I always got like the just cheapo MP3 players, but because I never
Yeah.
wanted to support Apple
Get a
for
mini
since
disc, dude.
ever.
Yeah,
For sure.
I was thinking about maybe even buying an old Apple computer, and I was like, man,
I have to. Is the unfortunate part
Yeah?
for my
All right.
pig game. Our mutual
Oh,
friend,
yeah.
friend of the pod,
iOS.
Spork. He picked up
Hey.
a Apple PC or Macintosh product,
Yeah.
the M2 or something like that. So I'm going to, and he knows this already, so it's not, he'll listen and he'll be like, yeah, he already told me. But once the pig game's done and I want to port to iOS, I'm going to hijack his computer and use that to publish it.
Use it for developing.
I may just end up buying one too if I'm going to do this. But so I've been developing the pig game since April of this year, and it's slowing down, and I knew for a fact it would slow down in December and January, just because kids are off of school. My day job has ramped up considerably, so it's taking a lot more of my time.
Family time.
And family time and all that, right? So I knew like this month would be slow. I knew I wasn't going to hit my November release in September because I was looking at what I still have to do, what I didn't know how to do, and how much research I was doing. I was like, I'm not going to hit this goal. But from what I've showed you, you see how far I've gotten in the game, right? So,
so that really far. It's basically done. It's just all polish and a few other core mechanics.
Polish and core mechanics, yeah. So,
but most of them are most of the core is done. It looks like it's like you're like 70 to 80% there. If I had to give a rough estimate, and like
that's pretty fair. I'd mark it at about 40 to 60 myself, but I think that's
but like you see so much more that you want to get down.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, they're on the ground doing it, dude.
Yeah. So, but I mean,
this will be done by August, dude. And I was like, yeah. I didn't want to discourage you. I was like, yeah, man, you will be.
I mean, I got a shit ton done by August, though. I mean, rewriting the whole thing for the new IDE like really took it killed a month and a half, But when I started doing the UI, it saved so much time and so much struggle for that. And then the modals I have for the menus was so much easier to make because of the new IDE in Game Maker. So. That's that. But it's slower moving, but it's still moving. And I just I bring it up on the pod just because I haven't talked about. I mean, we mentioned it here and there, but it's December. December is going to be very slow. I may not work on it at all, truthfully, just because of I have a family of 4, full-time job. Also I want entertainment myself, right? So, and I have an outside project going from my day job that is happening. So, plate's a little full, but I'm still excited about that game, man. And as I said, I've deployed it to mobile. I know it works, so I just got to keep plugging away, man.
How did that feel, man, when you like finally got up there and running, dude?
The best moment, I figured it would work, right? So like for me, it's just kind of validation. But I walked upstairs and showed my kids, and that was the validating moment of like, okay, nice. So keep it going. So yeah,
it's always it's kind of cool because like you don't think about this stuff. Like I've made like a few things in Unity where I have it like on my phone. And I'll be talking to like, maybe like some other adult at a party, like, oh yeah, I made this. And I was like, oh wait, yeah, I have it right here on my phone. They're like, I'll pull it out and like show them. And they're like, oh, that's cool. But then like their kid will see it, dude.
Yeah.
And they're like, they didn't say anything, but then like they like called me up. They're like, yo, my kid thinks you're like so cool now. And I'm like, all right, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I guess I appreciate that. It's weird.
Yeah. It's
like,
one
we're
of those things where you just never think about it.
Inner child. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's also like, I don't know, like we're getting into this. Like I bought some shelves to house all these electronic parts that I bought, all the bits and bobs. So I got into Homebox, which is like a home open source inventory system. So I'm basically be running again, like a single dude, you don't care. I'm going to start running my place like a cold industrial warehouse. So I'm happy about that. And yeah, plan on doing some stuff. I got that up and running on my phone. And to do that, like you can use like Cloudflare Tunnel to like run it through their thing, or you can like set up like your own secure system. So I used like my own certifications and stuff, and that took like 15 minutes. I don't know. Everything I was reading was like, oh yeah, just use Cloudflare, blah, 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 super easy. And I'm like, why would I put this through the internet? Yeah. Like I don't want any of this shit online. Like this is weird. Everything's like, cause it's like slightly easier, I guess. I don't know. But that also felt like magic when I finally, cause you gotta go into your phone, go into like all this like security and stuff. And then like, you have to create like a certification document. You got like either email it. I just plugged in like a cord, download it onto my phone. Then like, it's like install the certification. It did. And then like I refreshed and it worked. And I was like, yo, this feels like magic a bit. I wasn't expecting this to work because I was already like struggling getting it up and running for so long. And I was like, yeah,
all right.
It's nice.
Right.
I have like a thing where I can talk from my phone to my computer through a website, dude. Local website. It's magical, dude.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I think just kind of with a little time we have here, and I know December is one of those months where family kind of overtakes a lot of things that you want to do. But
let me hit you with this real quick as we kind of wrap up. I was at my office and I was like looking at all the projects I did in 2025, and I was like, maybe I should just record a video for myself, just going over all the stuff I finished. This is way more than you would think. Because I was like, I've made so much stuff I forgot about. And then I was looking at my coworker and I was like, I think I'm going to get a lot more even done in 2025 And he's like, we're going into 26. I was like, oh, shit, dude. I was like, damn. All right, yeah. Any big things you got planned for 26, man?
Just the pig game. I think my next project after the pig game, you and I were going to do something in Godot.
All right, maybe.
So, I think like you said, all roads are leading to Godot. And that's probably there. After the pig game, I know as far as the next Game Maker project, I wanted to remake the very first game I've ever made. And that one, knock on wood, it should be. I don't want to say easier, but because all the assets are there, right? I just wanted to one-to-one make it again, just so it can run on modern phones. And
are you going to be doing that in Game Maker? Or are you going to do it in Godot?
I think I'll do it in Game Maker just for
because you know it.
I know it. Yeah. But I mean, after we do a Godot project, I might just knock it out there too. But I think
I don't know, man. Like even this app I was making for my phone, I started making that in Unity.
Yeah,
and I got pretty far. Yeah, because I know it's like when you have a hammer, everything looks like a nail. And I was like talking to my bro who does software development. He's like, that seems a lot like a huge overkill for this. And I was like, I was about 4 hours in, and I got the camera up and running, and I was able to take pictures and stuff on my phone with Unity. And I was like, there's why don't I just use a website? Like, this is crazy. It's like, I was like, it feels like this is like way overkill for what I'm trying to do. Like, it could just set up like Node.js and
my dad's my dad works for himself. He's worked for himself since like 2003, right? He's had his own like drain cleaning business to maintain his customers, and I made a using Construct 2 back in the day. So it's just like a HTML5 web page running locally on his iPhone, right? So he's been using that for like years, like probably almost like 15, 18 years, something like that. And it's just like, it's basically a web page, right? He just like selects what job he did, how much it costs, and it just links into his email service, and then it just sends like an invoice to these people, right? I did that in Construct 2, which it's not made for that at all, but at the time I knew it, right? So and it had to work on iOS, right? And I was like pretty young, right? I think it was like maybe when did I make my first game? Like it was in my 20s. So yeah, I was like early 20s, right? So it's just like I don't want to pay for an iOS license or anything like that, right? So we're just gonna make a web page and we'll do it. And it's been like that's been running on their computer for years.
Going
like
strong.
So and my
dad
what
it needs to do.
My dad has always like migrated his phone over, so he never had to like change settings or anything, and he's never lost his phone, so it's always been there. So all of like the settings to like go back and just queue the server and everything is fine. Looking at it, I'm like, I really should remake that properly. But it's been working for him forever, right? And he's like, "You're fine."
Yeah.
So I get like the overkill. I get there's better tools for the job, but when you're doing with what you know, right? And sometimes that's like the main goal is, did it work? All right then.
Yeah. Like 4 hours, I got like a prototype up and running. It's been like about a week now, and like I got a web page running like that works and does all the things. It's like, but it's kind of a trade-off. I like, again, that's why I'm like getting more into electronics and stuff. I think 2026, I want to get more outside of my comfort zone. I want to try and bridge hardware and software into like more usable things. I asked my buddy this question the other day, where it's like, how many 10% life improvements do you need before it makes like a quantitative change in your life, where like actively improves your life? So I don't know, I'm not big on like smart homes or any of this stuff either. But I'm like, if I have like real problems and I'm like, this can make my life slightly easier, where I'm like able to find more of my electronic stuff, if I'm able to like print off stuff and like have a kits and stuff I can like build myself and not lose track of about like 150 like small micro switches. If those things get out, dude, they'll be running the house. I gotta keep them. But it's like I think adults who probably collect Legos probably also deal with this, where it's like, I need some sort of management system for this. I can't just have all these pieces running around. So
right.
This is like electronic Legos basically. So
for sure,
that, and I got all my paints and stuff too. Like, I'd start telling my coworkers about all my hobbies. They're like, you probably need some sort of shelf or system.
Right. I assume you have like storage bins, right? And that's probably just thrown in. Okay.
This is just stacking storage bins in an orderly fashion.
For sure.
It's not. It's not. It's the same mess, but it looks nicer.
Yeah.
It's exactly. It's more aesthetically pleasing. I've heard this before, where it's like, don't let. They're like, I realize you're smart, but like, don't use like your intelligence in place of the efficiency of good organization, right?
Yeah.
So you can like, and again, I've been working on this even for my filing, naming stuff. Like, even like going back and looking at my 25 projects, I have them all in one place, and I could just find them easy. And I was like, I was super pissed because I wrote a solo RPG book for playing RPGs. I can't find it. I found like it was just like it's a Word document. I know I have it. I know it's somewhere on my computer, dude. It's been driving me bonkers, dude. But I've been looking for that for like a week now, and I'm like, man, I need to probably get even better. That's
just scan for the Word extension and just go through that.
I don't know, man. Windows has gotten weird with their search, dude. I'll say that. There's local search.
There's an alternative as well.
Yeah, like I'm using like asterisks and all this. Yep. Maybe I can use like a Python script or something, dude. I know somewhere I found like so yeah, search. Man. I don't know. So that's it. I'm trying to get more organized. I'm trying to get better at labeling things. I've constantly been working on this. We've been preaching this day one on the pod. Use your naming conventions, not like if you hire more people to help you or just for you in the future. when you're looking back on your projects to like make it easier for yourself.
Yep.
Like, I don't know. For me, I've always just been like, oh, 1, 2, 3 for like layers and Photoshop, and I'm like, I probably should just start.
I screwed myself with that. Yeah. I was doing stuff like that too. Now I name what that layer is. You know. Work also has a very specific naming convention, so that's kind of
that helps.
Translated to my daily life. I just use the same because it's the same as work, right? So
we only use camel case in this house. Figure it out. Like, yeah.
Hell no. All right. On that note, man, let's.
Tell me, do 2026, dude? Any baller plans, dude, or should that be the next pod? This is
I think that'll be the next pod. We'll say what our plans
closer to the end of the year. All right,
yeah, it'll be closer. But yeah, man.
Like, share, subscribe.
We'll see you guys next week.
We out. Peace.